everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you once again to my channel Simplifying Business Studies, the best place to learn the simplest business studies. So today we are going to have the second session of chapter 11 of class 12th, Marketing Management. So in this particular session we will recapitulate what we have studied in the previous class. Also, we will understand the features of marketing management along with few other topics. So let us quickly start the session. Understood this topic, marketing, in my previous session, but just to start this session, I would like to explain this topic once again. So, marketing is a process whereby people exchange goods and services for money or for something of value for them. So, marketing is a whole process which goes on in this society whereby people exchange certain goods or services, and in exchange of these goods they pay money and they get satisfaction against the price in form of these goods and services. So basically the marketers who produce these goods and services, they work very hard to discover what kind of needs and wants people have. Then according to these needs and wants, they try to develop the products or the services which would satisfy the needs of people. So with these goods they create a market offering. What they do is they create an offering in the market where people can freely come ahead, see the goods, they can see the features of the goods, they can uh, decide whether they want to buy those goods or not. So there is a free exchange of products and services. All right, and definitely there is certain value which is paid by the customers or by the people who are willing to buy that product. So this is the whole marketing process. We will definitely understand this in big detail, but the points I have highlighted here definitely represents the features of marketing management: need and want, market offering, freely exchanging, and certain value. So let us understand all of them in detail. So here we will understand the features of marketing. The very first feature is need or want. So a marketer, when he is willing to enter a market, when I say market, it's the whole place where the marketer can find the prospective buyers of his product. So before coming up with the product, the first thing a marketer needs to do is identify the target market. It means that he has to identify that what will be a good place for him to sell his products. Like for example, if there is a person who is producing saris, so definitely what can be a better area for him to work in? Can it be the northern part of India or the southern part of India? So as we generally know that saris are mostly worn by I think southern, it is majorly worn in southern parts of the country comparing to the northern parts of the country. So definitely for this particular marketer, the southern part of the country will be a better market. So he has to identify like where he can sell his products. Then he has to understand the needs and wants of the target market. Like he has to go ahead to the market, to the place where consumers are using similar products. He has to carry out certain kind of research so that he can understand what are the changes they want in the existing product, so that those changes can be implemented in the new product which this particular marketer is going to create. So that will definitely make his product better. So he has to understand in detail that what exactly people need. Okay, then second point is creating a market offering. So when I say creating a market offering, it means offering a product or a service by specifying its features, its shapes, its sizes, colors. For example, when an offer is a television, then we have to specify like various sizes of the TV in which it is available, like what technology is involved, what are the various shapes, what are the various prices of different options it has. So a good market always offer uh, something for everyone. Like for example, Vivo is offering a variety of phones from ranging from rupees 5,000 to rupees 50,000. That means it is catering to needs of different sections of people. So this is called a market offering, where, let's see what is written on the screen. Market offering is developed by analyzing the needs and preferences of the customer. Definitely it is done because there are different people and they have different demands. So if we are going to cater only one section of the society, the others will not be, it will not be good for others. So a market offering has preferably has something for everyone. All right, that is why the manufacturers always come up with a good variety of everything. Like when soaps are into the market, they are available in different sizes, shapes, and also different fragrances. So this is the purpose of doing this. Okay, next point is customer value. So adding value to the product so that customer can prefer it than other competitors' product. What is customer value? Let me just explain what is this. When you are paying something for a product, you really have a price of it always in your mind. If you're ready to pay rupees 100 for something, you believe that you should be getting something which is worth rupees 100. So this is what customer value is. So you will never be paying rupees 200 for something for which you have a mindset of rupees 100 as its value. So customer always perceives a price or a value for something which he is buying, and he will always buy those things at that price which they perceive is right. They will not buy something which is more than that price. So for you, if a pen can cost between rupees 5 to 10, you will never go and buy a pen which is for rupees 50. You may buy it casually, but not every time for writing like your daily notes and your daily homework. So this is customer value, and this is what the job of a marketer is. He always brings more value for the lesser price. All right. Then last point is exchange mechanism. What is exchange? Exchange means giving something for what we are taking. So there has to be this exchange. Without exchange, no market can exist. Because we need something, we go outside in a market, we offer money and we get something in return. If we will not need these things, we will definitely never go into the market and search for that product. And then also these marketers, they will never create these things, they will never manufacture these things, okay, because no one is needing them. So exchange is the very essence of a whole marketing process. So exchange is something on which this whole marketing is like relying upon. Okay, so exchange is definitely there. People are exchanging what they need. We are getting products what we need. Like I am buying milk, bread every day because I need it, and manufacturer is preparing this item because they believe that people will buy it and they will earn profit. So profit is their need and these products are my needs. So this is where the process of marketing exists. There are few certain points which we have to understand, like how exchange can be made possible. Exchange can be made possible only when there is an involvement of at least two parties. So this is the very compulsory thing. No exchange can be possible if there is only one party. Each party should be capable of offering something. If I want something and I don't have money to offer, will I be into a market? Definitely not. I should have money to offer it to someone from whom I am buying something. So both the parties should have something to offer. Okay, each party have uh, each party should have the ability to communicate and deliver the product or service. Maybe I want a product which is like produced in Korea, but when I'm communicating to that person doesn't understand my language and I am not understanding their language. So will there be a transaction? Will there be an exchange? Will there be a possibility to exchange? Definitely not, because there is no possibility of communication. So only when we want something and we have something to offer, there should be a provision to communicate and also to deliver the product or the service. If we want something, if we are able to communicate also, but that product cannot be delivered to my place, then everything will be in vain. So all these are the necessary conditions for making an exchange possible. Each party should have freedom to accept or reject the offer. After being told everything about the product, the price, the delivery and the transaction, the every condition involved, then also both the parties have freedom to accept or reject the offer. They are not bound to get entered into the transaction. I cannot force anyone. If anyone has visited my store and they have seen my products, I cannot force them to buy those products. They can reject that offer and they can leave. So this is the freedom with both the parties. Last point is the parties should be willing and capable to enter a transaction. At the end of everything, there should be willingness to get into the transaction, and also they should be capable of getting into the transaction. Only money doesn't make you capable of entering into a transaction. There can be certain formalities also, like for example, if I am willing to buy something from international market, I should be having all the documents, all the formalities done before getting into a transaction. So that is also one of my kind of compulsory or a statutory uh, capability which I need to fulfill. All right. So children, we have reached the end of this session. I'm sure everything what I tried to explain reaches you wisely and nicely. Hope to see you soon in the next session. And please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a very good day ahead.